Hi everyone. So in the previous video we talked about M is to N and 1 is to 1 relationship. So now we are going to see another kind of relationship which is called as a recursive relationship. Alright. So before starting with that we need to specify or define something called as a role name. What is a role name is? A role name is the role that a particular entity plays in a particular relationship. Right. For example, in the N is to 1 relationship that we discussed of employee works for a department, employee plays the role of a worker or employee and the department plays the role of a employer or a department. So, employer is the role that a department entity plays in the works for relationship type, as well as employee or a worker is the role that an employee entity type is playing in the works for relationship type. So that is the role name. Role names are not very important when we talk about these relationships, but in case of recursive relationships it becomes very important. Alright, so let me write the definition of role name. What is role name is specifies the role that a particular entity from an entity type plays in a relationship type. Example is in works for relationship, employee plays the role of worker and department entity type plays the role of employer. Alright. So these are not very important when it comes to these relationships, but in case of recursive relationships it is important. So what is a recursive relationship type is whenever an entity participates in a relationship type in more than once. Alright, so that kind of a relationship type is called as recursive relationship. What I said is when an entity participates more than once in a relationship type, then it is called as a recursive relationship. Alright, and so in these kind of relationship it becomes important to specify role names of the entity type. For example, if I say that an employee a supervisor supervises an employee. So supervisor, who is a supervisor? Supervisor himself is an employee of the company and he supervises another employee. So employee entity type is participating twice in the relationship type supervisors. Alright, so supervises relationship is called as recursive relationship. Alright, so recursive relationship means when an entity participates more than once. So here the employee entity is participating more than once in a relationship, and that is why it is called as recursive relationship. Alright, and the participating entity type is employee. Also the degree of relationship is 1. Why? What is the degree of a relationship type? Degree of a relationship type is the number of participating entity types. How many entity types are participating in it? Only one, that is the employee entity type. Although it is participating more than once in the relationship, the number of participating entity types is only 1. So the degree of this relationship is 1. Let us see the example. Now the requirement goes like this. An employee, a supervisor can supervise many employees, but an employee can have only one direct supervisor. Not all employees need to have a supervisor. Not all employees need to be supervisors. Alright, not all employees need to have a supervisor. Example, CEO will not have a supervisor, right? And also not all employees need to be supervisor. Okay, so let us see how it looks like. Supervisor All right. And supervisor, who is supervisor? Employee himself is a supervisor. Let us say E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7. All right. E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8. Let us say E1 supervises E2 and also E1 supervises E3. Alright, and E1 in turn is supervised by E4. Alright, so not every employee needs to be a supervisor. So not all the entities of this entity type, employee entity type, need to participate in supervisors as a supervisor. Also, not every employee needs to have a supervisor. Why? CEO will not have a supervisor. So this entity type also does not participate totally in the relationship. So what is the participation? Participation constraint is 0. Why? Because the minimum number of relationship instances in which each entity participates. So the minimum number of relationship instances in which the employee entity participates in the supervisor's relationship is 0. And also same in this case, because not every employee needs to supervise someone, so the participation of this is also 0. Alright, so minimum number of relationship instances in which each employee participates is 0. Okay, so that is about the participation constraint. What about the cardinality? An employee can supervise, an employee as a supervisor can supervise n different employees. Let us say this employee supervises even E5. So it can supervise any number of employees, so the cardinality is n. But an employee or as a supervisee, it can have only one direct supervisor, so it can participate in at max one relationship instance. So what is the cardinality? Cardinality is 1. Okay, so that is an example of recursive relationship. Now let us see how we represent it. Now since we have just one entity, we just represent it like employee, supervisors. Alright, and here it is supervisor as supervisor, and here it is as supervisor. So employee as supervisor or as supervisee does not participate totally in the relationship supervises, so no total participation. Also, the supervisor as a supervisor, what is the cardinality? Cardinality is n, and while writing it in the cardinality ratio hash single line double line representation, we exchange the cardinality. So here we write n and here we write 1. Alright. So we have one more representation of ER diagram, that is called as a min-max representation. So let us see how we can represent this particular relationship in min-max notation. Employee supervises here as supervisor, and here as supervisor. Alright, so here we write the actual participation and cardinality. Alright, so as a supervisor, how many minimum number of relationship instances it participates in? 0. Refer to the previous figure. And how many maximum relationship instances it participates in? N. Alright, here as a supervisee, how many minimum relationship instances? 0. And how many maximum relationship instances? 1. So here, as if we compare both the diagrams, we have just cross changed it, n and 1. Alright, so here we write actually how many relationship instances it participates at max or at min. Alright, and that is the min max notation. Min max notation. this one is cardinality ratio, single line, double line. Double line notation of ER diagram. Alright, another example we can take is of an employee works for a department. So how was it represented in cardinality ratio representation? In cardinality ratio representation, it was represented like this: employee works for department. Alright, and all employees need to work for at least one department, and every department needs to have at least one employee. And here we had n and here we had 1. Alright, because one department has n employees. But that is single line, double line, or cardinality ratio representation. Let us see how we can represent it in min-max representation. Alright, so the minimum number of relationship instances in which employee participates is 1, because every employee needs to work for at least one department, and there cannot exist an employee without a department, right? And the maximum number of relationship instances in which an employee can participate is 1, because an employee cannot work in many departments. It could not be like employees working for many departments, D1, D2, D3. It wasn't like this, right? It was like E1 is working for just one department, E2 just working for one department at max, and at min as well, because they cannot exist any employee without a department. So this was the case, therefore 1, 1. Also here, the minimum number of relationship instances in which department participates is 1. Why? Because a department has to have at least one employee, and maximum number of relationship instances is n. Why? Because a department can participate in n relationship instances. It was like this: department D1, it can have many employees. D1. Alright, so it is n here. So can you see the difference? It is just cross changing of cardinality ratio. This representation, that is the min-max representation, represents typically more information than this. Let us say if the requirement analysis says that, or if the requirement definition says that a department has to have at least 4 employees, at least. So definitely it participates totally, but here we can write 4, because it has to at least participate in 4 relationship instances, but here we cannot represent it. Here we can just say it is total participation. Why? Because a department has to participate in at least 4 relationship instances, but here it is not represented anywhere. Here it is represented. So this represents more information. Both are equally popular. Alright, so that is about min-max representation and cardinality ratio representation. And if the participation constraint is greater than or equal to 1, it means total participation. Okay, because 1 means it has to every employee has to participate in works for relationship. 4 also means that every department has to participate in at least 4 relationship instances. So it is also total participation. Whenever it is 0, this min value is 0, it means that partial participation, and whenever it is 1 or greater values, it means that total participation. Alright, so that was about this representation, role names and recursive relationship. And that is it for this video. I hope you liked this. Subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Please press the like button if you like it. I'll see you in my next video.